Hey everybody out there. So today for you guys, I want to talk about a topic that I was actually thinking about this, and it's kind of an interesting topic. Comparing where Yu-Gi-Oh was when I was a kid to some degree and throughout the years, and how it's evolved and changed a bit since then. And that is trading in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Nobody really trades anymore. Now, granted, I do believe that trades do happen, but a one-for-one, card-for-card trade no longer happens anymore, unless you're probably a kid, which I still see happen. Someone wants a certain card as a kid, they don't value it too highly, you give them something that's of equal value to some degree, and you make a fair trade. But nowadays, people are more willing to trade money for cards. It's become more of a normal thing. Oh, I need cards. Instead of looking around and vending for them, trying to buy them or trade for them, I'm just going to go online and just buy the cards I need right away. It's become its own market, and market watchers reflect that this has happened in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! People don't trade as much as they used to. Now, I still see, and I did this past year and previous years past even, that when you're at a major event, the evening of pre-registration or the day of the tournament when people are registering, they're looking for those last couple of cards to finish out their deck. They will trade, but it'll be a one-sided trade, or they'll go to a vendor and pay exorbitant amount of prices for certain cards. Some things have happened at Nationals, and this is anybody that's been to Nationals before would know this. There are sometimes certain cards become really, really popular at Nationals for that event because of the format structured a certain way, and there's so many top players. And then certain cards will get really, really hot because by word of mouth, oh, this card is really good. Like, I think it was Stygian Street Patrol, not Stygian, Stygian Dirge, I think it was, like many, many moons ago, got super popular. And there's been certain cards that get really popular at Nationals certain times, and they'll get super popular and people will try to pick them up before other people get the information. This has happened multiple times. I know people back, this is years ago, when Noble Knights came out, and we just had some of the basic Noble Knights. We didn't have an Exceed monster yet, I believe it was, or a Synchro monster, Noble Knight yet. And it was announced at an event, and some people didn't know about it, so they went around and picked off people's trade binders of, I think it was Madrots, and I remember people doing that. They were like, I think they had gone up to like $20, and people were picking them up for like $5-6. So stuff like that used to happen more, but now I don't see that even happening that much. I just see major events, you see a lot of trades. I see sometimes at events, if people trading, I see people that know each other very well, and say one of them is going to an event and the other one's not. They'll ask to borrow the other person's cards if they're good friends, to use them at the event. I've done that for people. I've had people do that to me, and I've asked other people for their cards if I'm not going, if because I'm not going to a certain event, or because I'm going and they're not going. It happens a lot like that. And then I also see nowadays people just buy cards online. They don't trade anymore. I still go through bulk of my stuff. Like nowadays, it's gotten to the point where there's so many new archetypes coming out and old cards becoming relevant and jumping up in price. I just classify all my stuff and I bulk it away in storage, because I'm just like, cool, I got like a box or two over here, like a box over here of just commons that I just keep boxed up, and I'm just like, cool, these are just decent commons, or cards that I would consider decent if like certain niche support came out. So like I always try to do that, because the game is always changing and evolving. And a perfect example of this is when we got announced the new rulings that are going to be coming out to us probably the end of the summer of 2020. People were looking for DDD stuff and this stuff and that stuff because of the new rulings, and I actually was just like, oh yeah, I have all that stuff over here in my commons box. Here you go, take this, take that, sell that for $1, $1, replace it for $2, whatever the case may be, because I just had the stuff. Like that's one of the benefits. Like I just had people buying. Nobody wanted to trade it. They're just like, I'll buy it. Here's $1, or hey, I'll get you a soda. Here's $1. But one-on-one trading doesn't happen much anymore. Like I said, it happens with kids. I still saw that when I was working at a card store. But I don't see that happening with big time players anymore. They usually either pay money because a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh players are older now and they have money to spend. Thus, Yu-Gi-Oh is treated like a currency. Oh, I want that game. I pay money for a game. Oh, I want that card. I want money for that card. I hope that makes sense, the comparison there. That's the same type of mentality I see. One-for-one trades don't happen that much anymore. I haven't had that happen in a long time. I have seen buddies of mine, though, like, they'll pull a common out of their pack, and the other friend of theirs gets a common or a rare that they want, the other person wants, and they'll just switch rares or switch commons. I've seen that happen like a couple times recently, but like major trades of like $20 and $10 cards, I don't even see that anymore. It's really odd how trading, well, Yu-Gi-Oh, it says on the box, a trading card game. Literally, I'm looking at the freaking old, like the Yu-Gi's World Collection 3. Yu-Gi-Oh, trading card game. It should say Yu-Gi-Oh, pay for cards or something like that, because trading doesn't happen anymore. Pokemon, I still see it. Magic, I actually kind of still see it. But Yu-Gi-Oh, I don't see it anymore. It's really odd considering that it's literally on, like, I'm looking at all my tins from the GX era to 5Ds, and it all says, I'm literally looking because I'm going through commons currently, it says Yu-Gi-Oh, 5Ds Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game, Yu-Gi-Oh GX 5 trading card game, Legendary Collection trading Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game. It's literally on the logo. But do we trade anymore? Nope. We do not. It's very odd. And I think it's just the mentality of two things, like I've mentioned already, that Yu-Gi-Oh players have gotten, the Yu-Gi-Oh base of Yu-Gi-Oh has gotten older and have money to spend, thus they feel that money is easier to spend than trying to haggle with people. This started happening when the internet started taking off and every person started having smartphones where you can just look online and be like, oh, this is the price. Oh, this is the price. Oh, this is the price. And people literally, I mean, I do it too. It's nothing wrong with it. But when you're trading with somebody and trying to get a card or trying to pay for it, you don't go, I say it's about 15 bucks. No, you go, the card thing says it's $15.75, so I can do 16 on it. You don't do that, do you? Yeah, that's what you do. Or you go, it's $14.25. I'll do 14 on it for you, 25 cents saving with shipping and whatnot. You know, I've seen that happen so many times. It's not like what it used to be back in the day, like, I can do 12 on it. How about that card? Value about 11. All right, that's good. Cool. You know, people just want to juice. This is the juicing, trying to get the most money for it, happens so much more in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh now. And if it's not the exact number, and I've seen trades even, like, I've seen like a couple where, because one card's worth maybe $1 or $2 more, $1 or $2 more, like, ooh, I could go get something from the snack bar, whew, $1 or $2 more, they won't do the trade. For cards they both need. Now, in the grand scheme of things, I understand it's money, but come on. You know what I'm trying to say here, like, really? It's $1 or $2. You're going to go get a Frosty? Like, no, dude, like, come on. It's $1 or $2. I've literally seen trades called off of that. I literally offered a guy, he was like, well, I could do 15. I was like, well, let's do 14. And he's like, I can't do that, man. I'm like, dude, it's $1. Haggle. I even got into the point where there was a time, this happened a couple of years ago, and it's happened not recently, where I found that it was hard, I couldn't haggle with anyone anymore because people just don't want to haggle. So I was like, let's roll the die for it. And it works. I'll be like, if it rolls 15, if you get the highest number, I'll pay 15. If I win, I pay 14. All right, I'll do that. But they won't take the $1 less. They'll roll for it. I'm like, okay, let's play a little gambling. I think Yu-Gi-Oh players at their heart, or a little bit of Joey. Every Yu-Gi-Oh player out there has a little bit of Joey Wheeler in them. Let's gamble. I mean, there's a reason why we all open packs, right? I mean, I buy singles now, but there's a reason why a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh people out there love buying packs, even though they know the ratios are not as good. Because they have a little bit of that gambling Joey Wheeler spirit in them. I think everyone out there, some of us, I think, and this is getting really philosophical here as I end this off. I think a lot of us out there have a little bit of Yugi, a little bit of Joey, and a little bit of Kaiba in all of us. I really think so. A little bit of the gambling, a little bit of the Napoleon complex maybe, or, you know, like, I'm the best, I need to be the best. And a little bit of the Yugi where, like, I believe in my cards that I would draw the right card and I will be epic at what I do. I sound like, yeah, so you understand what I'm trying to say. But yeah, trading, it doesn't happen anymore. And it's very interesting. And tell me about this, guys. I know I talked about a bunch of different side topics about trading, but it's very true, and it's all relevant, I feel like, to how trading, while Yu-Gi-Oh! Says a trading card game, it no longer really is a trading card game. Tell me your thoughts down below, guys, and until next time, take care. Have fun dueling. Good luck dueling to all of you guys out there. And enjoy the new year, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody, and good luck dueling to all of you.